Today we have Stephanie Vorhees with us. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, how are you? Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Stephanie is from the Zillow group and she's one of the senior manager over there. And today she is going to talk about how to use Zillow Instant Offers to generate more leads. Also, just a quick reminder, my name is Jessica Crumbaugh. I am the owner of a nationwide real estate company called Allison James Estates and Homes. And also, I was an agent for close to 10 years. So I understand where you guys coming from when it comes to real estate. My goal is every day to try to find ways to get to share knowledge and bring value to the agents without breaking the bank. We do many events for the agents, not just Allison James agent, but for all agents out there. So this is what's happening in the next couple of weeks. Next, every Friday, we do a Fun Fact Friday. And this week, we will teach real estate agent to create a personalized filter with Snapchat. Also on July 18, we will have Stephanie who will do our national webinar, and she's going to talk about how to optimize Zillow for free. And it will be a national webinar on a go-to meeting on July 18. Would you like to talk about that a little bit, Stephanie?
Sure, I'd love to. So, with Zillow Group, a lot of agents have the misunderstanding that in order to utilize it and to optimize it, you have to spend a ton of money. And while our Premier Agent product is fantastic, in my opinion, there's a lot of different things that you can do to optimize Zillow for free. So I'm just going to go through all of that. And I'm also going to touch on everyone's favorite subject, the Zestimate, and just different ways that you can impact it and speak to it. So I hope that you join me.
Yes, and I can tell you, even when I start real estate and I didn't have much money, I used some of the free feature they already have at that time, and it helped me a lot. And I know I was a Zillow member the whole time I was a real estate agent, so I tried and loved all the products, Stephanie. I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, great.
So,
Awesome.
now let's talk about the Zillow Instant Offer. Can you tell us a little bit, what is the Zillow Instant Offer?
Absolutely. So Zillow Instant Offer is a product we are testing in both Phoenix and Las Vegas. Testing being the key word, since it's not a product we rolled out nationwide. But with Zillow Instant Offers, Zillow Group will purchase homes for cash. And there's a clear type of demand for this type of transaction in the market. As you've seen, there's a ton of companies popping up, like Open Door and OfferPad. And how it works is sellers in those markets can request an instant offer. If interested, Zillow will make an offer on the home. If not, the seller will go and work with a Premier Agent. The goal of instant offers is to help sellers have control and predictability over their sale. And a lot of the times they're willing to trade price for certainty. And it also is a way for Zillow to deliver seller leads to both agents and brokers. Sorry, that was a mouthful, but net, it's a new product that we've rolled out and we're testing, and there's a lot of opportunity for agents and brokers with it.
So it's not a nationwide product yet?
No, it's not. It's only in Phoenix and Las Vegas, and we're testing it with 2 specific brokerages in the market.
Okay.
So, but it's going very well. So I have no idea what will end up happening, but I'm assuming that it will continue to roll out to different markets.
Okay, so now Zillow Buy the Home. What do you do with it?
Great question. So we buy the home. So how it works is we'll make an offer. If the seller accepts it, we will purchase that home as a buyer. Once we purchase it, we work with an agent to do our closing paperwork. And then we do light repairs, no capital improvements, and put it on the market very quickly. And then we relist it with an agent as well, and then pay them their commission and have them put it in the MLS and sell it that way. So we hold it for a very short period of time, and we make no significant capital improvements.
But you're closing on the property and resell it right away, pretty much.
Correct.
Okay. Are you charging the agents to participate to this program?
Right now, we're just working with specific companies in those markets. So at this time, no, but it's just a test, so that's definitely subject to change.
Okay. Now, will agent receive commission from Zillow and the sellers who use this program?
Yes. So there's actually 5 ways an agent can receive commission. And I just want to note that, there's a lot of products coming out on the market that are similar to instant offers, but we want to make sure the agent and the broker are always involved with every transaction. So there's 5 different ways that agents can, and thus brokers can earn commission. So if a seller, so how it works is if I go on to Zillow Group and I say, I'm in that market and I'm a seller and I'm a real seller, and I say, I would like an instant offer. If Zillow sends me an instant offer and I accept, Zillow will encourage me, the seller, to work with an agent, and will recommend a premier agent for me to work with to do my closing paperwork, because we always think someone should be represented on either side of transaction. So then in that instance, the seller will pay the agent commission. If I'm a seller and I don't accept an offer from Zillow Group, we will provide me, the seller, with an agent to work with. And if I'm highly motivated, I will, do a traditional sale where I'm putting it on the market, it goes in the MLS, typical 90-day close. When we do buy the home, so again, with that one, the agent is paid a commission by the seller. So if we buy the home, we're the buyer, and we want to be represented by a local agent and brokerage. And, we're going to pay a commission for an agent to do our closing paperwork. And then when we list it, we will pay both the buy and sell side agent to the seller when they put it back on the market and put it in the MLS. And then if an agent has an active listing in those markets and they want an instant offer to present to their seller, and the seller accepts it, we will pay a commission to the seller. So that's a mouthful, but essentially the agent will always receive a commission, and there's 5 different ways that they can do so, whether that seller decides to take a Zillow instant offer or not. Does that make sense?
It does. And I think based on what you're saying, the good thing is you always involving the agents in a transaction, and you always involving them. It doesn't matter if you purchase or you selling, the agent is always involved. And I think that's what is the most important here, is the agents getting the commission, because no matter what, it doesn't matter if it's Zillow or an investor. Some of the investors, they try to find a way to cut the agent's commission, right? And I think what's good with the program is you keep the agent involved. It doesn't matter if it's on the buyer side or the seller side, correct?
Absolutely. We want the agent to be involved and central to the sale. And, as you said, unlike others, we do think it's important for an agent and broker to be involved. It's not like buying groceries online with the click of a button. This is a very expensive investment, very complicated, and we unquestionably want you to be involved in every step of the way, no matter who buys it, if that makes sense.
And now, here's the thing too. A lot of agents have issue with getting very high quality seller leads. It's just so hard, right? It doesn't matter. You guys get a lot of very good buyer leads. When you do Facebook, we get a lot of Facebook ads. We do good on buyer leads, but it's just so hard to find a resource for finding good listing seller leads. Do you think instant offer help deliver high quality leads when it comes to listing, and that open a brand new door for the agent to get now like qualified high quality seller leads?
Absolutely. So, as you touched on with, online leads, buyer leads are typically what you're going to receive. And, everyone does want to be able to get access to seller leads. And we heard, all the agents and brokers, we heard the same thing. And so this is definitely a great opportunity to get seller leads. And one interesting thing is during our initial test, we found out that 30% of the sellers in those markets who requested an instant offer were real sellers. So they went on to sell their home. But of that 30% of people who sold their home, 90% worked with a traditional agent. So most people didn't want an instant offer. They wanted to just do a regular sale. And so it's a great opportunity for agents to get access to these sellers that they wouldn't have historically. So yes, we think it's a great opportunity.
Now, how can agent participate to the Instant Offers program?
So as I mentioned, it's only in 2 markets right now. And we're just testing it with 2 brokerages just to see how everything works and to learn everything that we can. And that's both in Phoenix and Las Vegas. What you can do is you can go online and say, I'm interested in, participating in instant offers, and you can add your name to a list. So when we do move into other markets, you can be contacted. And Jessica, I will make sure to provide that link to you so you can share it with all of your agents. But even when you are in that market or does go to your market, you can receive seller connections by being a premier agent. You can represent Zillow. Again, we work with premier agents. And then, you can also request offers for your seller clients as well. So does that make sense? So it's not something that we've rolled out nationwide, but I will keep you updated with all the markets that we do so we can make sure that your agents have access.
Well, it's a big investment to buying house nationwide, right? It's like you just need to do one small area at the time and finding the right agent for that area and make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just, we're learning too. And we recognize there's a demand for this product, but we want to make sure as we roll it out the right way. And we have all our T's crossed and our I's dotted.
So now that's a good question. Actually, for me, who's the owner of a real estate company, every time Zillow have a new product, you get the gossip, right? You get, oh gosh, Zillow just have this new thing. This is the end. They're taking everything away. And I remember when I heard about instant offer, it was not in too positive notes. And lucky me, you came to my office and you come to our office every quarter and explain to us what are the product and how we can benefit from the product. So it take that fear away from us and it kind of bring the light, and thank you for that. And so now I have a question. Will Zillow become a real estate brokerage? Because sometimes that's what we're scared of is, are you guys going to take over like Redfin?
Great question. We are not going to become a real estate brokerage. Our CEO has gone on record saying exactly the same. Quite frankly, we're a publicly traded company, as obviously as Redfin, and you pay all of our bills and give us all of our data. So we're really not incentivized to become a real estate broker. And honestly, we don't know how to do that. I mean, it's a very local, specialized set of skills that we really don't have. So we're not planning on becoming a broker. No, absolutely not.
Now, why is, and you came over and you were explaining how the new generation, like the millennials, they will be fine with taking less money for the property to be purchased faster. We're a generation who don't like to wait, pretty much. We don't want 60 days for a listing is like a long time. We rather take less money and just close now. Now, why is Zillow buying homes to make the process faster for the seller, or is there any other reason why they decided to take that route?
So a couple of things. So you touched on, just to break it down into two questions. So in terms of the consumer today, I mean, everyone is, my computer's went out, is looking to trade. They'll pay for convenience. So, the instant carts of the world, Amazon Prime, etc. Consumers today are really demanding and they want things to happen immediately. So it's a totally different market. To answer the second part of your question, in terms why Zillow decided to purchase homes is, well, we do find that the consumer who is looking to take a hit on this type of investment is typically in a difficult situation. So maybe they've already purchased a second home and they have 2 carrying costs. They want to get out of their original equity investment. Maybe they're going through a divorce, lost job, death in the family. I think take a discount on your biggest investment, you're typically going to be going through a more challenging time, and you just want to get out quickly to remove that uncertainty. But obviously, there are some consumers who just probably don't want to deal with the process for X, Y, and Z reasons. And why we decided to invest in homes specifically is, first of all, we wanted to control the process from A to Z. So, while working with different investors, they were delivering different experiences, and we wanted to make sure that the consumers who reached out and the sellers that reached out were getting top quality experience. And we believe that we can do that. We can do that well. And so we decided to opt in and do that. We also figured by investing, we were able to create more seller lead opportunities for our agents and create more opportunities to connect consumers and sellers. And lastly, we do think that this is a potential ancillary revenue stream where we're, buying and selling homes and making money off the resale as well. So does that answer your question, Jessica?
Yes, it does. Now, can an agent request an offer on a home?
I'm sorry, would you say it one more time?
Can an agent request an offer on a home?
Yes, if they've already have a listing, they can request an offer. It's non-binding in those markets again, that they can present to their seller.
Okay. Now, if the agent already have a listing, you can will be interested in purchasing the property. So I'm a listing agent. I already have a listing on the property, but I want to see how much Zillow offer. Can I still put an offer even if it's already if the property is already with an agent?
Yes, but the agent needs to request that. So let's just say I'm an agent and I am in Phoenix and I'm working with one of the two companies that Zillow is partnered with. I can say, I've listed this home for sale for X dollars and it's really not moving. So I'm going to request a Zillow Instant Offer. If Zillow decides to give an offer, it's non-binding, and I can present that to my seller and say, hey, we have this opportunity as well. If you want to take this offer, great. And in that instance, the seller would be paying the the agent that's representing the seller. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So you have to have the listing in order to do that.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, you answered pretty much all my questions. Remember, you can ask a question to Stephanie. Okay, we have a question. Is there a time frame? Okay, I think she answered that. Do you have a time frame from going nationwide, or do you say, do you know which state you're going to open, or is it going to be more based on people acquiring for you to purchase? Let me rephrase the question. Okay. Do you know what is the next state you are going to open? Or going to be based on the demand?
Right. So I actually do not have that information, unfortunately. They haven't let us know which next city they're rolling out, but my guess is that they're going to be doing it on a city-by-city basis versus just rolling out into the entire country.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I don't have that information. I wish I did.
Perfect. Well, Stephanie, thank you. You answered all my questions. We do not have any more questions, and we will see you on, when is it, July 18th?
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to talking to everyone about how to optimize Zillow for free and talk about the Zestimate. And Jessica, I'm going to send you over a link if your agents want to join an interest list for instant offers to come to their market. So you can share.
Send us the links and we can add it to the Facebook post.
Perfect.
Stephanie, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. And we will see you next week. Next week, we will have Deanna Ferron, who is our nationwide executive coach, who will talk about time management. And just letting you know, Deanna closed over 30 deals last year by herself. So it looks like she knows a little bit about time management. So we can't wait to have Deanna next week. And I wish everyone a great day. Bye-bye.